This is my E46 M3. The cost of ownership is too damn high. Before we get to how much, we're gonna talk about the warnings I ignored, what I had to fix, and whether or not it was all worth it. Welcome to Garage Trouble. All right, so I didn't walk into this blind. It is heavily documented, the follies of the E46 M3.
Things that were just engineered badly, like rod bearings in the engine on this car that would fail before 100,000 miles. The Vanos issues that would pop up, the regular valve adjustments that would get way out of spec.
I figured it couldn't be that bad, right? Right? Right?
It has not withstood the test of time because these cars are now known for rod bearing failures, for leaks, for coolant explosions.
They had issues with their rear subframes, would start to crack and have problems where it would come apart, which is an issue because it's structural to the car.
So about 3 years ago, I decided that, I needed a redundancy. Single man, I live by myself, and if my car breaks, I can't get around. I live in the country. Because I like to do things on hard mode, I ended up opting for this E46 M3. There's a couple big issues. The Vanos needs rebuilding, rod bearings prematurely wear, subframe needs reinforcement. Not actually the subframe, but the chassis where it connects to the subframe. So the subframe is known for shearing the chassis. I have been determined to make this car as dead reliable as possible. Those big three cost about $3,000 each. I have done 2 of those, the Vanos rebuild along with a broken hub, and then I just did the rod bearings. That's a lot of money. That's more money just between those 2 items than I've spent in 5 years of ownership with my Honda S2000. There was a pinion sill that was leaking in the differential. I originally bought this car and it was an SMG, which stands for sequential manual gearbox. It was not a manual transmission. Now, as you can see, I'm rowing through the gears. That's because I did a manual conversion on this car. We actually ran into a couple of issues. While doing that, I ended up having to buy a spare transmission and have them install it. Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but it's just how life goes sometimes. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Next up, I needed my inspection 2. I was hitting the 60,000 mile mark in this car. And that's the big one. That's the one where they go through, they replace everything, they do a valve adjustment. So, final tallies. Maintenance, $21,033 in 3 years. Cost of the car, $33,028. So I'm all in $54,061 in a car that's probably worth $24,000. I'm definitely suffering from the sunken cost fallacy. I got $54,000 into this car. I just added a manual transmission. And there's no way I'm gonna get rid of it anytime soon. Was it worth it? Yeah, 100%, especially the manual conversion. This car, with this short shift kit I put in, I'll have the link in the description below. With this short shift kit, is amazing. The shifter rivals that of my S2000, which is a celebrated shifter. It is a full-on sports car that pulls hard to 8,000 RPMs, can handle the corners real well, and it's fantastic on the interstate. It's a great all-arounder. This is a keeper. And if I could do it all over again, yeah, I'd make the same bonehead move and manual swap this car. I mean, it just makes me smile. Thanks for watching.